Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
From the A's received direction. Is it from the Council of 12 on their home planet, or is their leadership on their ship, or simply get their direction intuitively?
Okay. There is an Andromedan Council. That Andromedan Council is not only those members and leaders, and it changes, it shifts on fifth density, but they also have 2 seats that are reserved for sixth density beings that are mentors of theirs. Things are talked about, things are discussed. There is communication between the council and exploring motherships, starships, everywhere. They communicate extremely well. So there is no intuit about it. When a decision is made that affects the entire civilization, everybody knows, everybody is in on the decision, and these things are dialogued, for 50, 60, 100 years before a decision is made. They don't do it the way we do it here. All right, where it's in secret. Well, if you want to read the bill, you got to pass it first. They don't do shit like that. They don't do shit like that. All their people are telepathic. You can't hide squat. Okay? You don't get away with anything because there are no secrets. So everybody's authentic about it. Whatever decisions are made with the consent of at least as many people as possible. Some don't give a consent, some don't give an opinion. That's entirely up to them. But what they do is they look well into the future of what these decisions will be. Very much like Looking Glass, White Hat AI. They're using AI computers to game all these moves that are being made by themselves and the dark hats. So, and they do that for a period of years to know what the outcome not only looks like, but how it affects society. Now, the indigenous people of the United States used to do this. I don't know if they still do, but they used to do this. The Iroquois Nation was known for, when they would sit down with all the other tribes and they were going to make a decision about things that affected the entire tribe, they would go and try to perceive what it would look like 5, 6, 7 generations out. How would this affect everyone 5, 6, 7 generations out. So they were always looking forward. We've lost that. We've lost that. We have think tanks that do that. But those think tanks, their objective is not to protect the people. Their objective is to figure out how can we stay a part of this operation and continue to thrive financially for the next 5, 6, 7 generations. You know, how can we secure our spot, our stock presence, our stock portfolio for the next 6, 7 generations, you know, and milk the government for money. That's what they do. They're not looking out for us. If they were, we'd never be in this situation, ever. If they were watching our back, they don't give a fuck about us. That's why this whole system has to come down. The whole thing has to come down. Because they left humanity behind. And then the plan was, well, God, if they find out what's going to happen, we're screwed. Well, let's just genocide humanity. Let's just get rid of them. We'll make them so sick they won't even care. And they did it. They tried to do this. They implemented a plan to do this. Can you believe that shit? Yeah. Yep. God, what a shit show.
Can you confirm that all malevolent ETs have been evicted from Earth, leaving their satanic minions without any support to complete planetary genocide in their new world order? Question 2. Can humanity also rely on benevolent ETs to help evict demonic entities possessing these evil minions to hasten their demise?
Yes, I can confirm that. We still have some Nephilim who are hybrid human beings, Terrans, with something else. There's still some of those on the planet, or in the planet. But we do have demonic clone attachments. That we still have. Now, will the benevolents help? They have been helping. That's the reason we're still alive. The infiltration of Earth was well into the 90 percentile before they stepped in. And they have been able to roll it back in an amazing amount of time, with most of humanity not even having a clue. And we should be deeply, deeply appreciative for their assistance. But understand that a great deal of heavy lifting that's coming will have to be done by us, by humanity. And that's cleaning up the mess. And that's picking up the pieces. That's rebuilding not only our communities, but our countries and our civilization. We're going to have to do all that. We will get insight. We will be given knowledge and wisdom. We will be shown ways to reinvent or, reinvent some of the technology we already have and have been using. In other words, show us ways. They will show us ways to not only make it better, but more versatile, to turn things around for humanity. But we're going to have to do the heavy lifting. And that's just the way it should be, actually. I mean, it is our civilization, right? And that shows them a commitment. And, I mean, we should want to do this for our own, right? We should want to do this for our own. because that's the way it's done out there. That's the way it's done. And if they didn't think we were going to do this, why would they even bother? We'd probably already be completely locked down, you know, millions and millions of us would already be dead had they not intervened, along with the white hat military. And just, I should just say white hats, because they're not all military. But they couldn't do it alone. They had to have some help. You know, they weren't going to remove some of the regressive Anunnaki, the reptilians, the Greys, some of the other life forms that were here, especially those in the jungles of Southeast Asia, who were off by themselves, but, you know, somebody needed to communicate them and saying, look, you're leaving. We'll take you home. That kind of thing, which is what was done. It's not that they were regressive. They were in survival here in remote parts of the jungle because they wanted nothing to do with humanity. So, but they didn't have a ride home, you see. They were given a ride home. So there's an awful lot to this that most of humanity doesn't know anything about.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying today's video. Want to stay up to date with all the latest news from Alex Collier? Don't miss out. Sign up for his free email newsletter at alexcollier.news and be the first to know about his live webinars, new revelations, and exclusive insights. It's quick and easy, and you'll never miss an important update. Just click the link in the description or head to alexcollier.news to sign up now. And now back to our regular scheduled content.
Now that we're nearing the end, do we still put our efforts into fighting the political lies and working to get good people elected, or is our time better used getting our gardens in and getting our own house in order?
You know, Linda, that's a great question. And all I can do is tell you where I'm at with this. And this is just my own opinion. I think it's a complete waste of time dealing with the politics, because we know the system is broken as it is, and there is no fixing it. There just really isn't at the moment. For myself, I would rather spend time in a garden. I would be raising food. I would be doing whatever it is that I could to share what I do know about what's happening with my loved ones. In my humble opinion, we should completely eliminate political parties, because they're two sides of the same coin. And moving forward, there shouldn't be a party. There should be who wants the office, who else is running, and who is the best qualified to do it. Who is the most honest person to do it? Whether they're not aware of how to do the job or not, they can learn. But will they in fact communicate? Will they in fact take care of the people? Will they watch their back? Will they attend the town meetings? Will they be here to say, look, folks, this is what's happening. These are the issues. I need your input. I need your feedback on how to go forward with this. You know, it was Abraham Lincoln who said that when it comes to the difficult things, he would always and would always trust the common sense of the people to know the right thing to do. And that's what's missing. If you look at this system today, there's no common sense. It defies logic, the decisions they've made all along the way here. I mean, it's just, they've acted like complete idiots. But when you realize the system's corrupt, they've all been compromised. So that's where I'm at with this. I get things from the Republican Party. I get things from the Trump campaign. Donate, donate, donate. Why? Why would I throw my money, which I don't have, to you to run against what? Run against Biden? We know he's not president. We know he isn't going to be president. Right? We know that. He may be dead for all we know. In my opinion, we're on the third version of Joe Biden. What are you talking about? Derek Johnson lays it out perfectly. He isn't the president of the United States. You can't impeach him. This is why his entire administration didn't take the oath of office, because it's all bullshit. It's all been a show. Why invest any time or any money in this? Let the military do what it needs to do, and we start from ground zero. Some of you will see this differently. I get that. I do. I get that. So, Linda, that's a decision you're going to have to make. That's a decision you're going to have to make. What is the best use of your time? What is the best use of your energy? Do you feel empowered putting yourself in this political shit show? Or would you be better served and your energy be better served empowering yourself with your garden, with nature, with being able to get grounded, and being able to help your loved ones in every other way? That's going to be your call.
Blessings, Alex. With the collapse of the Federal Reserve and all that goes with it, you mentioned that the Cabal will lose all of their money. Can you expand on how their precious metals will be confiscated?
Assuming they haven't been confiscated already. Assuming that they've been hidden somewhere. All things have a frequency. Gold has a frequency. Silver has a frequency. Platinum has a frequency, etc. Now, we have satellite systems in space that know down to 50 miles underground where all the minerals are, what they are, and how much of it there is. They already know. They've known this for quite some time, actually, because they have ground penetrating radar that's on satellites in space. So they know where everything is. And they will not only be able to find it, but let's say you bring somebody in for an interrogation or an interview. Let's just call it an interview. And they come into a room and there's several people there. There's, two people in front of a desk, maybe sitting somebody next to them, but there's a fourth at the back of the room. He or she isn't us. They're alliance. And they're telepathic. And as the questions are being asked, they are recording the answers and or what the interviewee is thinking. So when the interview is over, the person at the back of the room can come forward and say, here's what he didn't tell you. And they will know. Remember, they monitor chains of thoughts. They monitor chains of thoughts. That's how they'll know. There's many different scenarios, but that's how they'll know. Not only that, but this has been a sting operation for quite some time. And you have to realize that though these people may not have been arrested, that does not mean that they haven't been under surveillance for years and years and years. Doesn't mean they don't already know or suspect where things are. And just based on what they already have, their information could be uploaded into the quantum financial system already, which means that when they approach a bank or a revaluation center, a reclamation center, to exchange or to deposit their wealth, the system kicks it back and says, no way, no way. And they're shut out of the system completely. All kinds of ways to do this. Moving forward, it's all about authenticity for every one of us. It's all about authenticity. That's the only way forward. The only way forward. It doesn't mean everyone who isn't authentic or hasn't been at a time in their life will be cast aside. That's not what that means. But there are some sins, for lack of a better word, that simply they have to be held accountable for, such as murder, rape, molestation, pedophilia, and the worst of it, which we've already talked about earlier today, those things. So, but again, that is just based on what I've been able to pull together from people who have moved in and out of those circles. I have a bank manager that I've brought up the quantum financial system, and you would have thought his eyes would pop right out of his head. How do you know about that? Dude, I probably know more than you do. But he can't say anything. He had been gone for 6 months and he had gone into training. But he's not going to say anything because he loves his job and he's honorable. The bank said shut up and he's shutting up. So, and there's others too that are like this. And those are people that, you may want to do business with in the future. Whether you are part of an RV process or not, going back to some of these people and saying, look, what do you have? What kind of programs do you have to assist people, to help? Humanitarian projects. What do you have? How can I contribute and work with you on some humanitarian projects? Things like that. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. Once you have your family squared away. Those kind of things. It's really, really important. In defending each other, we will remain free.
I met a little lizard in the woods today. He was very cute. He was only about.
Was he selling insurance? Was he selling insurance? Was he selling insurance?
No, he was selling quantum financial system. Yeah. We were warned years ago about a devastating tsunami event. William and Stephanie Pepper. Is it possible that humanity has successfully raised their frequency so that those earth changes are no longer a threat? Asking for a friend.
Some of these cycles are natural, William, Stephanie. Some of these cycles are natural. Others were manipulated in the past. Could this happen in the future? Yes. However, will humanity be put in a position where it is completely prepared and able to not only ride through these changes, but learn to thrive with this natural occurring event? Yes. Will it happen in the near future? Most notably, no. We have been given time in order to protect ourselves, to evolve, to prepare ourselves for such things. The Earth herself goes through cycles as well. One of those cycles is not only a magnetic pole shift, but also a physical pole shift. This does occur. However, we have been given time to prepare for that. What that means is building cities that float in the air, building cities that float on the water, moving inland to specific areas, and also being able to create energy fields that literally act as a wall so that valuable farmland and things are protected from seawater. There is also other things that can be done using technology to assist with the water that has been built up around the equator. That's the biggest bulge of water. And as this occurs, the water slowly moves. In other words, the process of the physical pole shift is manipulated to slow it down so it's very, very gradual, as opposed to a 24-hour period where all hell breaks loose. This has been managed before on other worlds. They know how to do this. They know how to do this. And I envision that happening because I've asked about this, and that's what the A's have said, that these things can be managed and mitigated into very low, in a very minute way, so that there is no horrible damage, but there is a movement of water. Shh, quiet. And there is no dramatic death of anything, either in the water or on land. So, but to say it's never going to happen, I can't say that, because there are natural cycles, and the Earth does do these things for herself, and in that process, she creates new land masses, and that has been predicted for a long time, that Atlantis and parts of Lemuria would rise up again. Even if those things were to occur, there would be a displacement of water. So these things are going to be managed for humanity's sake and for the benefit of humanity. Because we're preparing for a new world and we're being given that opportunity to move into it. Okay? I hope I explained that well enough.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.